Yo, good morning and welcome to Coffee with Coach, episode 4. I've actually got some coffee with me today, right here. And it ties to the overall theme. Today I'm going to be talking about connection and people and energy, but the coffee I'm sipping on, I got it here. I picked it up from Peixoto. It's a local spot here. This is their Guatemalan. Tasting notes: cantaloupe, honeysuckle, pecan pie. So the interesting thing for me as I've continued to evolve and learn more about coffee and more about my palate and my taste, I love light, bright, higher acidity and like fruitier kind of balance. And I think this does a really good job. It's, I think, a medium roast. I had it at their coffee shop on Monday in a pour over. And if you've never done pour over, if you're like trying to learn more about coffee or going to a shop, go ahead and pick up pour over. It's probably the cleanest way that you can do it. Actually, I was talking with Curtis yesterday, and we were talking, and he's got a pretty cool setup. And he uses a V60 for his pour over. I've got a Mocha Master that I use for my drip. This is what I brewed this in. But I also have a Chemex that I'm going to start dabbling with. So I'm going to start researching. And as I get into that, I'll keep talking to you about it. But once again, Peixoto, again, nothing here is under partnership. I've got no partners with anybody. I'm just trying really good coffee. So if you do have suggestions, let me know. And I'm happy to go ahead and pick some up or try samples if anybody is willing to send some beans out for me to go ahead and grind and brew. All right. So my thought, where I want to go today, I want to talk connection. And anybody that's heard me speak live in spaces or anything like that has heard me talk about Brene Brown. She's one of my favorite people out there. I love how she approaches the topics of vulnerability, connection, authenticity, shame, all of that. If you don't know Brene Brown, go follow her and kind of start digging in and seeing what path you go down. For me, I was reading, I believe it was in the book, The Gifts of Imperfection. She talks about the definition of connection. And I may butcher it. I should probably have it up on the other screen, but I don't. But loosely, how she defines connection is the ability to make somebody feel seen, heard, and valued through your connection. And with that, taking it even further, they derive some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Not sustenance, but power. I'll work on it. I'll try to find the quote and I'll try to put it in the description. The big thing I go back to from the connection piece is that seen, heard, and valued. And how are we doing that? How are you doing that? And that's kind of the question. That's where my head and my heart go. Because like Monday, I mentioned I went to Peixoto and I went to coffee shop and I did my normal stuff. But I was around people and I didn't necessarily connect with anybody one-on-one to where I felt seen, heard, and valued from that perspective. I wasn't chatting with anybody, but there's something to be said about being in proximity to others, proximity to people that are working, pushing through, doing whatever, and being around that energy, right? You feel energy from people around you. So I go to this environment, I set myself up, and I actually started uncovering some things that I want to give some thought to, right? Vision, goals, what I want my life to look like a year from now. And just by changing up my environment and connecting with the energy of other people around me, it was profound. And then later that day, man, I had 3 amazing calls with 3 different amazing people. My friend Socrates from the Web3 side of things and Jericho, shout out to them, Syndicate Network, love you guys. I had a call with my friend Adam. We started talking about a couple different things and sparked some questions and maybe a light into something that maybe we can do together. And then I talked to John, a new friend, John, and we ended up chatting for an hour about a whole bunch of things from job searching to life to family and faith and everything in between. So I share that because, and you can hear it in my voice, it lights me up. And that's one thing that I've realized that I've been missing a lot of since we've moved to Arizona, since I've been working from home and working kind of from my office in here, is that connection piece. So I know that it's profound. I know that it's something that we all need. But the question is, how do we implement more of it? So for me, I'm setting a goal. I'm trying to get out 3 to 4 times a week in different capacities, right? Whether it be go to a coffee shop to go work, whether it be like yesterday, I had lunch with, or I had breakfast burritos and coffee with my father-in-law. doing stuff like that. Today I'm going to a wellness spot, and I've got a free visit by signing up for something and doing a recovery thing. And I'm going to kind of try to connect with myself and then the other people there, understand what's going on, but sauna, cold plunge, and dig into that realm. So that's what I want to kind of challenge you, right? Like, are you truly connecting to others? Are you getting out and about? Are you finding that? And again, I understand some people are more introverted and prefer to stay at home, but I'll tell you, human connection is something that keeps us moving and keeps us moving forward as a race and as a people. So that's my challenge, right? Find somebody or something to connect to, get out into the world and feel the energy of people that can help uplift you and move you forward. I'm always grateful for anybody that tunes in, pays attention, and listens to this. If there's ever any topics you want me to kind of chat about, I always just kind of speak from what's on my head and what's in my heart. So this is where I'm at today. But if there's anything you want me to think about covering, let me know. But as always, I'm grateful for you. I'm always rooting for you. And I'll talk to you soon.